What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome to episode number 10 of Park to Prem here with Boston United. Today we've got a huge episode. It's only been 2 games since you were last here, but as I alluded to at the end of yesterday's video, which of course if you didn't watch, you missed possibly the greatest intro of any Football Manager video ever. We have got a few games today. I said I was going to do 2 games. I don't want to give you that. We're going to do a triple header today, everyone. So strap up tight. It's Friday. If you only got half an hour for your lunch break, maybe watch this video or the end of it when you're on the toilet. You know, sneak away. I know the deal. But for those of you with a little more time to spare, let's get comfy. And well, let's get into this, shall we? We've got Southport, Telford, Darlington. They are the teams in 4th, 5th, and 3rd. If only they could have been in order, that would have been so much nicer. I anticipate a bit of movement amongst the teams at the top during today's episode, depending on how results play out. Of course, yesterday we beat Chester, and since then we have played 2 matches. The first was against Halifax, a 5-3 win in this one. A crazy game, a game that if I showed the highlights for, I definitely wouldn't get this video to a length that you can squeeze in and watch it during your half an hour lunch break. It was a good win though. Unfortunately, the next game was not. We lost 1-0 to Nantwich. I want to cry about it. It was absolutely awful. I don't know how we've not won this one. It's the kind of game where you just kind of shrug your shoulders and go, well, we'll go again. If you're wondering where Nantwich are, pretty legitimate question. They're in 15th, a newly promoted team, so it was the kind of game that we should be winning. But we go again today, and we need to hit the ground running. We have got 3 games in very quick succession, less than 7 days between these 3 matches. And well, shall we get into game number 1? We are taking on Southport at home. It is Boxing Day. Our players have had their Christmas leftovers. Kwanzaa is available for a live com. Didn't think we'd ever see the day that happened. And, well, in terms of team news, we're at full strength, which is absolutely fantastic. It means that we can get straight into this. Apparently 3 players don't like the formation. I mean, they can go do one. We've been playing 4-4-2 all year. We're top of the league, everyone. I know for some of you, you love matches. So hopefully this is the kind of episode for you. This should be fun. I'm hoping that we're going to get some good results. Things aren't going to go too bonkers. And we'll be sitting pretty at the top of the table come the end of the episode. But we have to start with a game here against Southport. Now, there was one Southport fan in the chat yesterday, or in the comments yesterday. Yeah, I know. Of all the 5 Southport fans that exist, 1 happens to watch the channel. Apparently, they are perennial bottlers, and they won't be near the top come the end of the year. That was their bold prediction. Let's see if we can help them on their way down here, as we have a chance, and it's going to fall to Liddell. Goal number 20. 20, and it's not even Christmas. Well, it's not. It is Christmas. It's Boxing Day. It's not even the New Year yet. It's not January. We're not halfway through the season. I realise that, you know, January isn't necessarily the halfway point in the season, but it's kind of where I draw the line in my head. Little bit of fortune about that one. Flatters letting go of the ball, and well, less than 2 minutes gone. A goal up in game number 1. I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling good. They've got Ali at the back. I'm going to assume that isn't Dele Ali. I'm going to assume that Mourinho hasn't, well, sent him out on loan to Southport. Looking at their formation, it looks like they are playing some kind of 5 at the back, maybe with wing-backs. It's probably been shown on the screen and I've just been ignoring it. As Archer has a chance. Oh my word, me saved that. Well, take a bow. That was a really good save. Fingertips to get it over the crossbar. I thought he'd hit the crossbar and gone over, but apparently not. And, well, if they're going to play with 5 at the back, maybe countering from set pieces like this is one of our best opportunities to catch them out. Although, if they commit fouls like that, we're not going to get away, are we? 10 minutes gone, we've got our own set piece here. Hawkridge whips it in, Simon is there. Oh my, I thought that was in. Did anyone else see the net move there? That I was convinced it was in. I have just seen they are playing a 3 at the back with 2 wing backs, which I do quite like. I feel like for both Liddell and for Burrow, they quite enjoy playing a 3 at the back. The 2 strikers can kind of sit between the centre-backs when there's a trio of them. And well, Burrow, speaking of the devil, threading through Liddell, what an incredible ball that was. And Liddell finishes it. Oh my word. Oh my, are we just going to run away with the title now? Because he's done a roly-poly on the spot. I don't know how he's done that. We're 2 goals up, everyone. And I'm going to be honest, Southport look absolutely useless. Kwanzaa getting his big forehead on it. Ball forward to Liddell, and he just sweeps it away. The keeper on his knees, begging for mercy. Mercy was not given. 2-0. 21 goals for the year. I dread to think how many he could end up with, to be honest. He's far too good for this level. Liddell has currently got 2 years left on his contract. We've got him until the end of next season. I am trying to negotiate a new deal with him, but he has become self-aware of the fact that, at least in the eyes of our scouts, he's a League 2 quality striker, and so he's asking for quite a lot of money. I'm hoping that if we can have some success on the pitch, guarantee promotion, maybe those demands will drop. Anyway, Hawkridge attempting to get the ball in the box. He has the most assists in the league right now with 11, the right winger. Unfortunately, couldn't get it in there, although Duxbury with an opportunity. The left back, he's going wandering. He crosses it in. Liddell looking for a hat-trick, of course. York now with it, back in the team today. Early, Liddell. Options on the right, go right. Johnson's there, Liddell wants it on his own. He wants it on his own, oh my word, he nearly had it on his own. Nice tip over the crossbar by the keeper. And Southport, 35 minutes gone, must be tired. They've had so many chances against them as Quanta heads over. We really are just penning them in right now. They're playing so defensively, so many men back, and because we've got that 2-goal lead, I'm not as fearful about the counter. Anyway, at the break, it's 2-0. Considering the flurry of goals early on, it did get a bit quieter, didn't it, as the half went on, but hard not to be pleased with that. Well done, everyone. More of the same, please. So far, Cameron King has not done anything to annoy me at left mid, so that's good. Hour gone. Let's make some changes. Fraser Preston is still on the bench. Shall I give him a chance? You know what, we will. Sam York has not been great here either. Mamma mia, on you come. I say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. I bring on Fraser Preston as a left mid on the regular. He never does anything. Maybe I am insane. I just want to believe the media think he's in the Dream 11. I mean, he's come on, nothing's happened. I'm blaming Preston for it. I mean, I'm glad that we've got 3 games today, because this has been a quiet one for the most part after early goals. Quanta hits the woodwork. Simon couldn't get the rebound in either. I mean, Southport have not done anything with half an hour left. I mean, I can't see them getting 2 goals now, so I feel like I can say this is a great win. So they've been punching above their weight, right? Oh my word, that was a flying in tackle. I feel like this was the easiest of the games that we had at home against Southport, who so far have overperformed, and they're not even going to get a consolation because the linesman, I think, has given offside. What? It was offside. Okay. And that's surely that, right? That's surely that. 1 down, 1 win. We're loving it. We're loving it. And my players were being considerate. For those of you on the half-an-hour lunch break who can't watch the whole video if it's too long, we got the job done quickly there. 2-0. Very, very good performance. I'm delighted with that. More of the same, boys. More of the same. Southport just did not look particularly great, did they? They're now down in 4th. How did Darlington and Telford do? They're the teams that we care about. Darlington beat Chester. So Chester, who also have already lost to us, slipping down. Meanwhile, Telford drew against Brackley, who are in 22nd. I want to laugh at them, but we've definitely dropped points against Brackley over the years. Either way, great little result. Game number 1 in the bag. A convincing little win. We've got another one in 2 days' time. It's Telford away. I'm going to go and rotate the squad. I'll join you guys in just a mo. So game number 2 is against Telford, who just slipped up quite critically against Brackley. So a win here could really, well, it would, I don't want to say it'd kill their automatic promotion hopes, but we would pull 11 points clear with 18 games left, which starts to look like quite a pretty cushion. Now, it's only 2 days since the previous game, so with that in mind, I have had to rotate the team around quite a bit, just for the sake of avoiding players playing who are at high injury risk. We've played so many matches back to back to back, they're just inevitably, players are struggling, you know, a little bit with the game. We don't play full-time. Our team is semi-pro, so we only train a certain number of days a week. I mean, if we just look at the training schedule here, you can see the players have day jobs. They are unavailable most of the time. So when it comes to match fitness to play this amount of games, there is a degree of rotation needed. And knowing that the big game against Darlington, who are now in 2nd, is just a few days away, this feels like the game to rotate the team if there is indeed one to do so. So with that in mind, it's quite a different team for today's game. We're going to play Galliani out at right back, At left back, we've got our backup Watson, a player whose name I don't think I've even uttered. He did join us in the summer, kind of as a second choice left back, but of course Duxbury's been so good this year. At centre back, we've of course got Gibbons, who is still being moody as hell, and alongside him we have got Zach Brown, who was a youngster we picked up from Norwich. Very, very good fourth choice centre back. If it does look likely that Gibbons is not going to extend his contract, Zach Brown will become the de facto third choice centre back, and to be honest, he's a very, very good player, and he probably deserves a few more chances than I've given him. But a chance for him to make his senior debut today at the club. Hawkridge I am going to keep in the team alongside Mamma Mia. Fraser Preston, you've got a chance to start today, friend. One day you've got to perform. Maybe it's today. A player who I've, again, not mentioned much is Goodridge. He's going to start at box-to-box midfielder. This guy's a really, really good defensive midfielder, but ultimately, I don't really use one in our team. And so I kind of brought him in during the summer because his wage demands weren't big. He was a little older than some of the other players, perhaps a little more experienced with slightly higher determination. And after months of complaining about not getting an opportunity, Mason, you've got one today. Don't let me down. He's had quite a, I want to say, an illustrious career. He's played for Man City, Newcastle and Burnley. Like, not many players have played for all three of those teams. He's now at the mighty Boston. Anyway, up front, we are going to start Liddell. Similar situation to Hawkridge. I want the best performers on the pitch. However, Cassidy is going to come in and start as a pressing forward. This is only his second start in the league all year. He's shown an okay goal-scoring record on off the bench. Not had as many opportunities as perhaps he might have hoped when he joined the club. He's got one today, and well, let's see how we get on. Don't want to change the system. The players have to fit into the way that we play. Hawkridge and Liddell survive. Me is still in goal as well. A few players I suppose to keep an eye on, particularly at the back. Defensively, you know, it's a team with a few unknowns. So we'll have to see how the youngsters kind of step up to the plate. It's a big occasion for them, especially the likes of Brown and Cassidy has been injured after 3 minutes. You know how I said it was his chance to shine? It's not. Jordan, go play with your best mate. Go play with Liddell up front. They're just best mates. Rumours have it that they grew up together. You know, they lived on the same housing. Now Mason. I've rotated the team because of injury, and I knew that some of the players were coming in with a lack of match sharpness. Didn't expect it to go this horribly wrong. Everyone is getting injured. We've got one sub left. There's 18 minutes left of the game. Oh, it's a bit annoying, isn't it? Rotate the team, Jack. You know, if people are going to get injured, at least it'll be the second choice. Yeah, they might not have much sharpness, but their injury susceptibility is going to be lower. That hasn't worked out, has it? That has not worked out. Right, heads on, everyone. I mean, Brown, keep an eye on him. Big moment for him. And also the new left back, as they have a chance. That's just gone wide. It's nervy, isn't it? 20 minutes gone, of course, away from home here. This is a tricky one. But I was hoping that we'd give them a good match. And to be fair, so far we have. We've been the better team. We just need to take an opportunity. So they're going to deal with the ball, and it's now with Russ. That cannot be his actual name. That must be a nickname. Daniels, bringing it forward on this left-hand side. Looking for options in the middle. Zach Brown is there. Doesn't get his header. Neither does our left-back, Watson, who is 28, by the way. I realised that in the sea of youngsters at the back, he can get a bit lost. He, like Duxbury, is meant to be the experienced player. I suppose in our team, the left-backs are like the babysitters for the rest of the back line. Everyone else is young. Left-backs offer the maturity and experience. Burrow heading over now for us as well. Quickly approaching half-time. Not really a goal fest yet, although maybe one last highlight before the half is up. We're entering the 45th minute. Galliani, the right back on the overlap, whips it in. He's got the pace. He's got some crossing ability. Not a great deal. He just runs really quick. That is Galliani's game. Ball lumped forward. Liddell not under it. Well, he wasn't. He just didn't jump. He just didn't try. And it's now with Daniels. Motti now. Nice build-up play by them. Russ is through. Russ has hit the woodwork. 4 minutes of added time. Blimey. I'm hoping those injuries weren't serious for us, but that amount of added time for just 2 injuries is a little concerning. I mean, on the face of it, it's been a game without too many opportunities. We've had the better XG. We've had chances. We've not really been shown any of them. And for as much as I might want to make some subs in this game, I might want to change up personnel. I can't really, because we've got 1 sub left and there's still 45 minutes left. Anyway, maybe it's Fraser Preston's time to shine. Maybe he's going to be the boy to make something happen. Here he is, just giving away the ball immediately. Mamma Mia, on a booking. Be careful. In fact, Brown as well. Brown ease off tackles. Nothing silly. Hawkridge, Liddell, finish that, please. I thought for a second it was going to be offside. It isn't. That is a superb ball through by Hawkridge. And an abysmal bit of defending, it has to be said. That is not how to clear a football. It's just not. Cook wins it here. Just go back to the keeper. Instead plays it across his own line. Hawkridge, the intelligence to play a first-time ball there is superb. Liddell sprung the offside trap expertly. And not a bad start to the second half. We go a goal up. 2 wins in 2 would not be a bad way to start this triple header. But I do feel like Darlington are kind of the big bad lurking in the distance. You know, they're the monster on the other side of the mountain that we don't quite know exists yet. I don't know what this analogy is either. Anyway, Evans with the ball. Early to Liddell. Options on ahead. He's going to turn his man. Liddell, on you go, son. Didn't get a hat-trick last time. Can he get a goal here? No, is the answer. It would have been his second of the game to set himself up for another hat-trick, but for quite a nice save by their keeper, to be fair. Hawkridge now to whip it in. Does so. Motti heads it away. Mamma mia. Again, not told him to ease off tackles yet. Let's do that quickly now. I still can't get over how convenient it is now to tell players to ease off tackles. What is happening? I want to cry. I want to cry. We are running out of players. We have no subs left. We have 2 centre-backs on the bench. They can't come on. I'm hoping that's not a serious injury to Hawkridge because he is our top assister. You could call him Mr. Assister. I don't know why we've joined a highlight halfway through here. It was offside. I guess the game just didn't want to spare me the hope of seeing the ball hit the back of the net and it being ruled out. It was offside as well, but Brown's ball through there is kind of insane. Liddell, I guess he finished it quite nicely, although we will never see the finish in all its glory. I think one last shout of encourage here is hopefully going to get us over the line. It's still only 1-0, 8 minutes left, and now Telford with the ball looking to bring it forward with Russ. Is that his real name? We may never know. Options in the middle as well. Don't let him get the ball in. He does. Addie's there. And he's hit it just wide of the post. Oh my word. Remember to breathe, everyone. They've had 2 shots on target all game. We've been the better team. Just hold on, lads. Oh, hold on. Time waste. The fact I'm doing time wasting, that's when you know it's a serious moment. We win it 1-0. Oh my word. That was not a classic. I am now just worrying about the injuries. Particularly the Hawkridge one. Please don't be serious. Please don't be serious. Please don't be serious. Darlington, did they lose? I think that a lot of teams around us have just slipped up. Nantwich, the team who beat us, have managed to get a draw. That is great for us. Southport have drawn as well. Chester, where are you, my friends? Looks like they didn't actually play. I guess maybe their game got postponed. Either way, we're in a really, really pretty spot now. Beat Darlington, and we are running away with the title. And I will start to get a little bit excited. Oh, this takes away from the excitement. Jake Cassidy out for 3 months. Hawkridge is the one I'm really worried about. Goodridge, 4 to 5 weeks. I mean, the Burnley, Newcastle, Manchester City man, not available. Hawkridge, please be like a bruised big toe or something. Don't be serious. Oh, you know what? It's not a bruised big toe. It's a bruised ankle. I can live with that, Terry. I can live with that. We can give you a rest for the next game as well. It's in 4 days' time. Darlington at home. Win this, we're running away with the title. Lose this, they close the gap to 2, and there's still lots of work left to be done. Let's get into it. Time for game number 3, possibly the biggest of the 3 matches today. I feel like the first 2, I don't want to say they've been underwhelming, but they've kind of been quite professional results. We've kept it firm at the back, we've kept it tight, and we've kind of just gone about our business quite methodically. 2 wins, Adam Liddell with all the goals, and of course we go into Darlington here 4 days after the previous game with a fairly refreshed team because of that rotation that we did previously. We're at home for it. I want to stay on the front foot. Unfortunately, we're not quite able to field a best 11. Hawkridge, despite his best efforts, is just not worth risking here today. So that does mean that Galliani is going to come into the team, the man who has played right back for us, as he did in just the previous game. As far as wingers on attack go, he's quite one-dimensional and he's just very, very quick. But actually, he's not completely garbage. He's kind of the jack-of-all-trades, master of some for this kind of non-league level. Any player with 14 acceleration and 14 pace, I feel like does quite well at lower levels. Pace is just super important. If you're quicker than other players, it impacts kind of all elements of a football match, particularly out on the wing. as a winger, of course. The rest of the team is kind of what you would expect. York is back in the team today, a player who has done a lot of developing this year. I feel like I've not sung his praises enough, really. I didn't want to bang on the York drum too loudly, but when you look at his development over the course of the last 9 months, considering our facilities, considering that we don't have the craziest youth training setup, you know, of massive clubs, he's actually shown really good signs of development, and it's been one of the reasons why this season, despite him not performing perhaps so well, I have just been so keen to keep him playing because game time is just a super important thing. You can see I am training him as a roaming playmaker with a focus on strength. If he can get just a little bit more mobility into his game, I would seriously consider switching up his roles a little bit more. I just feel like at the moment he's so well suited to play as a deep line playmaker. It's kind of how we have to play. I do have ideas for potentially maybe changing him to a roaming playmaker or an advanced playmaker, maybe switching in early for a kind of ball-winning midfielder of some kind or a centre mid on defend. For now, we're obviously going to stick with what's been working well for us, and of course, we go into this game top of the league. So as much as I want to talk about tactical changes and possible signings in the month of January, honestly, I'm pretty content with where we're at. I don't think there's any kind of immediate cause for concern. If I was going to look at any part of the pitch, it might be a left-back. Duxbury's been good. Our second-choice left-back just isn't particularly great. But despite the fact he has 7 assists in 23, there's definitely a few question marks over Scott defensively. But he keeps his name in the hat and in the ring today at left-back, mostly by virtue of the fact that we don't have any other choices. Of course, Burrow and Liddell are up front. The injury to Cassidy does cause a bit of a concern, potentially looking for another striker. You might notice when you look through the rest of our team, the only other striker that isn't already starting is Fraser Preston. Don't really want him to be the immediate backup striker. So who knows, maybe we will dip our toes into the market a little over the next month. But just how much I need to dip my toes in, whether or not it's just a little sliver or if the whole foot's getting dunked, could well be decided by this game here. A win against Darlington, we pull away at the top of the table. We can perhaps start to relax, although I would be a little fearful of complacency. Lose this game here, they close the point gap on us to 2 points, less than 1 win in it, and well, with not a whole lot of games left, I will start to get a little bit nervy. But we are the home team here. We've looked pretty good in the first 2 games. Let's get another clean sheet today. Let's get some goals and maybe not rely on Liddell quite so much. We can't rely on Liddell all the time. The shop's not open 24/7. I wish it was. But, I mean, he's there. Maybe I was about to say maybe we can rely on him. He's offside. Linesman's called him out there, unfortunately. It did look offside, didn't it? It was one of those ones where you kind of just know. Didn't even bother celebrating me. I mean, he didn't even score at the first time of asking. Twice was the charm. Liddell over the free kick in the absence of Hawkridge finds Quansah, who keeps it in. Can he get it into the mixer? He can. Connolly clears it away, but only as far as Duxbury. Can we get the ball forward again? Galliani, he's got speed. What can he do? Crosses it, penalty. Liddell to take. 5 minutes gone, and it's been all action so far. A goal disallowed, now a penalty. Can Liddell make it 4 goals in 1 commentary? Yes, he can. 4 goals in 3 games. Goal number 23 for the season. Now, that is silly, isn't it? He's been absolutely nutty. The more I'm thinking about his contract and extending it, the more I'm wondering if I should just give him the money that he wants. He has been asking for around £1,000 a week. He's currently earning £600 a week, and he's already the highest earner at the club, but he's quite important to how we play. Anyway, chance here. Simon on the score sheet as well. Oh my word. We are in cruise control, everyone. Simon's loving it. Simon is loving it. I mean, for a centre-back, 5 goals so far this season is pretty good. He's been surprisingly consistent from set pieces, but when you've got 2 defenders like Quansah and Simon who can just jump really high and are just good in the air, they're always going to be a really big threat from set pieces. And it's quite nice, actually, because you could go often with the centre-back pairing who are really good in the air and they'd be useless at everything else. But both of them make it into the Media Dream 11, and they're both very good centre-backs at this level who also happen to be tall. It's just worked wonders, hasn't it? It's just worked wonders. We are 2-0 up. If we can make it to half-time with this, I would be happy. There could be another chance here, though. Burrow, he's not scored yet today. Can he now? No, he can't. That was a chance to make it 3-0 before half-time and really put the game beyond doubt. Darlington, though, defending well. All whipped in. Simon's there. Simon's found the back of the net again. Simon, you are my favourite. It's confirmed. He's so good. A 5-year deal signed with the club. I have been told he is League 2 quality. And that quality is shining through with just his headers from corners and nothing else. He's not really been tested defensively today. Oh, I mean, unfortunately for us, Telford are beating Chester. Ideally, that game will end in a draw. But no, really convincing performance. Darlington's XG is 0.03. So, yeah, they've had probably one shot from the halfway line. I've told the players I wasn't happy with them. That's a mistake. Okay. Unfortunately, all my favourites are the ones annoyed, but we'll just have to hope that isn't going to be too detrimental. It's always weird, actually. I feel like, and this is something only maybe YouTubers can relate to, when you're in full flow doing a commentary, sometimes with Team Talks, you just don't read the options, which I know sounds mental, but you just kind of click something because it looks right. And, well, Early's just scored again. Why am I rambling away? It's 4-0. Going into this game, I was complaining about the lack of goals, saying about how, oh, you know, it's been a 2-0 and a 1-0. Maybe we'll have something that's a bit more exciting. I guess this depends on whether or not you value goals or a competitive match. But it's 4-0. Saxon has scored. Oh, I'm loving it. I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. Darlington are not. Oh, an hour gone. We should probably look to make some changes. I'm kind of tempted to take off Liddell here just to save him and protect him. I'll tell you what, let's bring in Mamma Mia. I'm going to bring in Stephen Mallon for King. Although King's had a good game. You know what? You know what? Saxon, I'm sorry, you're coming off. King, I'm going to keep on. I criticise him a hell of a lot. I know Saxon scored. Need to protect him for the next game. Also gives us a chance to give Mallon, the new cheese grater, a go at left mid. He's not really had many chances because, to be fair, well, King has just performed really well. He's now slotting in at centre mid, of course, to facilitate the new left mid coming in. But yeah, for all the hate I've given Cameron King, ever since I signed the replacement, he's then become good. Which equally does make me annoyed. Whilst you can definitely look at it from the perspective of competition in the squad has encouraged him to play better, he has made me spend £200 on a new left mid per week that just isn't playing because he's good now. Anyway, they've got Stephen Wern in their team. I think he played for Towlaw last year, everyone. It's amazing how many players we're encountering, actually, that I can just remember from previous save games. I mean, stop him, someone. Sosa now with it. Don't let him get the ball in. He does get it in. Cherryman's there. Oh, I say Cherryman. It's Charman. There's no I in it, Jack. And there's no I in Darlington's result here because it's going to be a loss. There is an I in our result. It's a win. Boston 4. Darlington 0. Easy. 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 I mean, this has been a very good day. After a lot of kind of iffy form, I feel like we've found our groove. Even players like Cameron King are performing. We have now pulled 8 points clear at the top of the table. Dominant result for the Pilgrims. Mamma Mia's got a minor injury. It will be fine. Simon, have some praise, mate. Have some blooming praise. He's been so good for us this year. That super long-term contract signed. 7.43 average rating for him at centre-back. That is not bad for a player released by Brentford in the summer. And while looking at the league table, doesn't that just look really pretty? It just looks really nice. If we just have a look at the detail of the table with a little bit more of an eye on it, you can see here Chester have now lost 4 out of their last 5. It's not looking much better for Southport either. They've drawn 3 of their most recent games. And Darlington now 2 games without a win. It's gone from being an incredibly tight table to being a table that we are just running away at the top of. Over the course of just 3 games, which is exactly why we did this as a triple live com today. But anyway, folks, that's going to wrap up today from me. A bit of a weird episode. I don't always like doing match after match after match because there's sometimes not enough stuff to talk about, you know, besides what's going on the pitch. But if you have enjoyed it today, do drop a like on it. As I said, this isn't something that we will do all the time, but it kind of just made sense. And obviously off the back of these 3 really convincing wins, ultimately now I'm sat thinking we can have slightly more games per episode because I'm hoping, fingers crossed, we're now going to run away with the title. Of course, when you come back tomorrow and we're down in second, something's gone horribly wrong and I have just been celebrating far too soon. But right now, we do look good. We've got a very, very good set of players. They're performing well on the pitch. I'm feeling pretty confident. Anyway, tomorrow will be episode number 11. You'll have to find out tomorrow if we've dipped our toes into the transfer market. There is definitely room for improvement. Are we going to be able to find that room? I don't know. You come back tomorrow and find out. I can't give you the answer now. That's going to be all from me. Thank you for watching as always, gang. It is me, Jack. I'm rambling on far too much. I hope you enjoyed this triple header. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm out.